Hello captains, it's me TONIK TZW, and yes, I know that it's literally been a couple of weeks before I've put any content on the channel. I haven't had any opportunity really to do a live stream, and it's because life has just been too busy. I wish, like, Senate 12 does, I could sit down and play for 9 hours straight, but working full time, being a separated dad, and then having a house to take over, and everything else that goes on in life, things get quite busy, and it doesn't leave a lot of time for enjoying things that we like to do. But who enjoys playing World of Warships Legends? Because I've been reflecting on this game over the last couple of weeks, and I was trying to think back as to why Legends might be giving us this huge Road to New Year update and telling us about everything that's coming. And to be frank, it's because I think the game is dying. It's not going to die for a long time yet, but I think that a lot of the long-term players have finally figured out that there's not really anything new going to come to this game at all. That they've pretty much developed it as far as they can with regards to game modes and things like that. The fact that the Halloween event was just a complete rehash of last year's event shows that the originality just isn't there. They have a year to develop something for Halloween, and they just decided to roll out exactly the same as they did last year. Now, if you went to look at buying a new car and you walked in the showroom looking for the new model and it looked exactly the same as the car did last year, what you're going to do? You're going to turn around and you're going to walk away, and you're going to go and find a new car that's something a little bit special. And I don't think there's anything special enough to keep many long-term players in World of Warships Legends now. And I know I've only got like 15 minutes of this video to try and get my thoughts across, but the fact that I've got less time for everything at the moment is making me seriously reconsider whether or not I should continue to put effort into this game. Not necessarily whether I should continue doing the whole YouTube thing, because that has been a lot of fun watching it grow and meeting so many new people and so many new players, and I do have some great feedback on my videos, and I have sat and literally talked for hours with some people who are new to the game on Party Chat on PlayStation, and talk them through some of the basics of the game to help them improve their game, like not sailing broadside to battleships in a cruiser, because that's never a good thing to do, is it? You all know me and I love my destroyers, and yeah, destroyer gameplay, everybody says it's easy, but it is probably one of the hardest arts to master, because you are the smallest ship with the least hit points, and you're generally out in front of everybody else trying to get the job done, because since the changes to the spotting mechanics, it means that your destroyers are key to winning the game. This guy here was actually quite good, twisting and turning. I think he was watching me and watching the shots come in and trying to avoid them as much as he could, and obviously RNG was doing him a favour as well, but he wasn't going to survive in the long term. I'm going to pace the living room, I think, as I talk, because going back, we got the Road to New Year roadmap, and Wargaming basically gave us a hint of anything that was going to be coming up, with a few teasers and hints over, what was it, 3-4 months. We've got another marathon campaign. We've got a double ship campaign coming up at Christmas. It's Black Friday again, which when you look at it is just an astronomical money grab. I understand that it's a free-to-play game and they have to sell stuff in the game to make revenue, to pay people's wages and to keep the lights on at Wargaming HQ. But I really do think that the prices of items in the game are becoming extortionate. And the fact that there is so much premium content, it is putting newer players off the game. Because newer players coming into the game and seeing everybody sailing in premium ships, they think they need premium ships too. And then when they go into the store and see the price of premium ships, they think, I haven't got that kind of money. There's no point playing this game because I'm never going to be competitive. And they leave. Now you've got the whales at the top who've got plenty of disposable income and plenty of money to spend, and they're always going to enjoy playing the game because they can always buy the latest greatest. And I think a lot of the money from Wargaming probably comes from them. It's a steady revenue stream. I probably sit in sort of the next bracket down in that I'm a regular player, a long-term committed player who spends a little bit up each update, certainly for my Admiralty backing, and every now and then, if I've got a little bit of money spare, I might drop a few pounds onto some crates. Sometimes I get lucky, other times I don't, but that's the way it goes. This game is basically a casino when it comes to crates, because every time you put your money down, you are gambling, and the odds on some of this gambling is so ridiculously low that it should be criminal. I think you would have better luck at a casino just putting your money on red or black. You know, you've got a 50% chance of winning there. And when you look at the drop chances of some of the items in the crates on this game, where you've got a 1/10 or 1/100th of 1% chance of dropping a super prize, I'm not saying it should be a 10% chance of dropping it, but yeah, the drop chances are so low, it should be criminal. And I really do think some regulation needs to be brought into video games, certainly with regards to loot crates and gambling, because it's encouraging young people to spend money or to badger their parents to spend money. Moving on. The 3-ship marathon, we've got a free ship there. You can get it for free as long as you've got Admiralty backing, but I do think it is possible to get it completely free over the 3 updates. But what is that ship? It's a rehash of an already existing ship in the game. It's a reskin with a new camo. They've tweaked the stats on that ship a little bit, so it's more of a secondary brawler. But who goes brawling in ships these days? Nobody. Everybody wants to sit at range. Nobody wants to get their paint scratched. And that brings us around to gameplay. The gameplay is absolutely atrocious. And I know, again, it is a free-to-play game. You're going to get a lot of casual players on there. But what can we say about the gameplay? It's absolutely atrocious. People are clueless, and there is probably a hardcore of, I'd say, 20 to 30% of players maximum, and they are the ones that are invested in the long term, like myself, that understand the game mechanics, that understand the capabilities of different ships, that understand how to do teamwork, that understand how to play objectives. But then you get the casual players who all they're after is sailing in, shooting some ships, doesn't matter if they get killed, they're on to the next game. Win rate means nothing in this game because it's not you that is the deciding factor. The only time you are the deciding factor in the outcome of a game is when you're sailing away with a solo warrior medal, because then you have well and truly won the game for your team. That doesn't mean to say that you played a good game. I've seen a ship reverse to the back of the map and get a solo warrior because the other team couldn't find him in time. The rest of the team did all the hard work, but he took the win. So yeah, the gameplay is getting a little bit stale. The maps are, we get a new map every now and then, but I wouldn't say that it's something that we see on a regular basis. And as the game develops and people learn to play the new map, then it just becomes the same old stalemate, and then the gameplay becomes stale. I've been playing ships that I don't normally play. I've been trying to not play my Kraken ships and just play something a little bit different. But I've got over 500 ships now, and I'd say that I probably play 50 of them on a regular basis in the space of a month. But the other 450 just sit there. And yes, I do play premium ships the majority of the time, because the rewards for playing premium are much higher. And I think that's where we're pushing new players away from the game, and I think that's one of the reasons Wargaming give us this big long roadmap, because they're trying to encourage people to stay in the game and commit in the longer term. By putting these marathon missions in over 3 months, you start it, you're going to want to continue it. So they're trying to tie you into the game. They're trying to buy in that commitment to keep you in the game for another 3 months. They're dangling carrots like a completely free ship if you complete that. For me, unless something dramatically improves in this game, I think that I'm at the stage now where I'm considering winding it down. I have supported this game for a very long time, over the 5, nearly 6 years that I've been playing it. I haven't put a ton of money into it, but I have bought into it. I've made quite a firm commitment to playing this game. I've got thousands of hours played over those years. PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, I reckon I must be easily over 6,000 hours played. But when you're going into legendary tier against people who've got level 1 commanders and no understanding of how to play the game, it just leaves you frustrated at the fact that you're having to try to carry a game again and again and again. I don't agree with Wargaming's marketing practices and the hard sells and the cost of items in this game. That is a hard one to kind of recommend to people, but it seems to be the way that this game is going to stay, and if it's not going to change, then I can't see me continuing to support it for much longer. What I'm not saying is that I'm going to quit the game entirely. I think I will continue to play. I would love to be able to find the time to play a regular live stream, but with my work schedule at the moment, my family responsibilities and the responsibilities of taking care of a home and keeping the lights on, I don't have a lot of time to play anymore. I've been rattling through campaigns on AI in what little time I have, just to try and tick off everything to complete a campaign, because I'm often too tired at the end of a night to sit down and do a live stream. When you're tired and grumpy after a hard day at work, the last thing you need to do is sit down and get into Legends, because it will just make you worse. We will still be around. I've still got a lot of videos sat on the PlayStation. I've managed to play a few good games over the last week. One I think I'm going to call the Artful Dodger, because I don't know how many torpedoes I missed, or I managed to avoid rather, but it was a little bit hairy at times. I'll try to remember to put that one on. I've got a lovely game in the California which I hadn't played for a long time. I'll stick that one on as well. But as far as this weekend goes, I got Charlie on Thursday. I'm in the office later today, so I'll get this one up and online. I've got to get showered, changed and into the office and crack on with another day at work. And then at the weekend, it is obviously Remembrance Sunday this weekend, and being a military veteran, I will be getting my medals out and giving them a polish, get my suit all pressed and ready, and going out to help remember those who have gone before us and made the ultimate sacrifice for their countries. And the same goes for soldiers, sailors, airmen, even civilians who've made the ultimate sacrifice in all the conflict that goes on around this world. And as sad as it is to say, I don't see there being an end to conflict around the world at any time soon. And to be honest, I think we're on the verge of World War III within 5 years easily. And then I'll definitely be stopping playing World of Warships Legends, because somebody will probably nuke the servers. But while I've had my little chat on here, I know it might have sounded a little bit depressing, but it's not. You will see me around, you will see me out there, and I promise you, as and when I find the time, the strength and the energy to sit down and do a live stream, I will get myself online and I will come and entertain you, because I know you all like to be entertained. I'll get this one uploaded now, get it released on the channel, and I'm going to get myself ready for work. So, as always, until next time, take care of yourselves, and goodbye.